Thank you.
And we are recording. As always, I'm Brian Kynes, the creator of the Tales of Ulran campaign setting. We use Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition to tell our stories and play through it. And the plethora of awesome people that have been able to join in this Sunday help me write it one story at a time, one game at a time, one session, one campaign, once at a time. Um, Everyone's here. Everybody is on deck. This is the full deal. So that's pretty outstanding. It'll be fun to edit this later on and get everybody added into this. I'm looking forward to that. And the video seems to be holding up just fine. I don't have any lag on my end. I'm able to hear you guys. This should be a good deal. We've got a lot of people back this week. Sean's back. He is going to be an extra in wintergreen bubblegum commercials, which is going to be fantastic pretty soon. Nothing too And we also have Danny's not been called out to do any flying this week. Rachel's with us, and Colby's not grounded. So we're all pretty happy about life right now. It's all good. If you don't recognize the fella down here, don't be surprised. That is Corey. Corey recently gave his beard to Locks of Love for different kinds of people that cannot grow beards of their own. That have trouble manning up and having the testosterone required to grow their own beards. Now they can wear Corey's for low, low fee. All right. Having said all those fun things, Jeremy, introduce yourself and tell us who you'll be playing tonight.
My name is Jeremy. I'll be playing Brahmas, Seraphim Warforged, who is being piloted by a spirit human paladin by the name of Merc.
Very nice. Corey, go ahead.
Hello. I was once Corey. Now I am less of Corey. No, I'm Corey. I'm playing Darius, the soon-to-be outed. Well, actually, he's hairier than me, so I'm just gonna play Darius all night.
Nice, man. That's good. Danny, go ahead.
Dan McGuffey, random bald guy pretending to be an elf.
That is good. Like if you'd put down a dating website, man, you would get hits. Hell yes. I'm a random bald guy pretending to be an elf. Rachel, let's see if you can top that one.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I think I'm the only female in this campaign and without a beard, so.
It's true.
And I'm playing Sylvan, the avian bard and lancer.
And badass. And just for your fact, I play a female character too, so we're in this together, sister. It's all good. It's not a problem at all. Let's go ahead and go over to you, Colby.
I'm Colby, and I'll be playing a archer / barbarian, and he's a human. And he's sleeping.
Nice. Does he have a name?
Kieltust.
Very nice. Good. And Sean, you're up, buddy. What's going on?
Hi, everyone. My name is Sean. I will be playing Celine, the Changeling Monkrose.
Awesome. And for folks that do watch these, we know there's so many of you, sarcastically. I'll be changing between some new wallpapers that I've created for some of the characters. I've not got everybody done yet. I think the only person out of this group that doesn't have one finished yet is Bastille. And because you're a rogue and always wearing the hood, I thought it would be, you could wait till the end of the line. It's like Thanksgiving, when everyone goes up and gets the plate, and there's this cool guy's like, "Oh, go ahead, really, it's fine." That's Bastille right now.
Well, he's not doing his job if everybody sees him.
That's what I'm talking about. Trying to keep it concealed, but we'll get that by next weekend, hopefully. So it's been a minute since we've done this, so let's go ahead and kind of work through this together. We've already know the last episode there was a little bit of a ruckus, and as Tusk was down in there sharing a drink with some of these guys down the dragon's belly, and Aeolus and all of them were down in there starting to clean up and go their separate ways, and it was getting to be pretty early in the morning. Some people have been able to get at least a partial rest, but just because we were bored, we decided to throw some shit into the mix. Tusk has the ability to see through the eyes of his beast companion. It's an ability that he'll have a real good hold on not very much longer from now, but we gave him a taste of it. And he noticed that Loki was going off about something on the shoreline. And as he ran out to investigate to see what Loki was seeing, some of the other people in that group chimed in as well. Brahmas and Merc, of course, on the very front of the ship, happened to notice this ruckus. Darius, you were actually down in that room with them, all being part of this thing, and you followed Killtusk out, correct? I thought so. Okay. So with that,
Yes,
as
sorry.
they
I was
don't be
drinking water.
I know, man. It's all good. It's all good. I usually do that. I wait for someone to pick up something to eat or drink, and then I ask them like life shit. So it's all good. So everyone goes out there and they see this large dire boar. Okay, and we're talking at the ridge of its back. It's damn near 9 to 10 foot tall. A very tall creature, just like screaming out, and it has 3 displacer beasts clinging to it, being drug, and are trying to attack and take this thing down, like it's something you'd see in like the Wild Animal Kingdom shows or some shit. Okay, Killtusk, you recognized this creature as Rowdy, the beast of another person, another Atladi warrior that is out here. It's one of the ones that you had hoped had survived so far, as they are searching this area for certain ruins, and you know all about that. With that, you guys jumped into action and tried to help this thing. Like we said, Jeremy turned Brahmas into a submarine practically, and was able to get in there. Darius used a really awesome use of his cloak, and wind leapt into there. Didn't get a drop of water on you, I don't think, which is classic Bard style. And Killtusk is using the blink arrow and kicking a little bit of ass. Before we get into that map, I want to give everybody else some perception checks and see who all wants to get in on the fun. And mind you, this wasn't anything can turn into something epic. This was just something to keep them busy. But if you guys want to cut your teeth on this too, you should have the opportunity. Okay? So as this ruckus gets going, let me go ahead and start with you, Celine. Give me a perception check, please. And I have a DC in mind of what it would take for you to be able to hear or gather what's going on outside the ship. As you are in your room, I believe you're in your room sleeping, trying to get some bit of rest. Unless there's something else you would like to say you were doing. It's up to you. You are muted.
I believe actually if Celine would have just continued taking care of the people that were on the boat and would have eventually gone to sleep. So I don't think she would have jumped in on this fight. I think she'd be fast out asleep.
Okay, so no perception check for you.
No.
You want to skip this. Got you. For you, Bastille, talk about where you might have been as you were trying to find sleep for the second time in a row, and that'll determine if you have this check of advantage, disadvantage, or if you even want to join in at all for this. It's up to you.
He would have probably been like we discussed before, probably up in one of the crow's nests or something like that, because he can do the elven trance, or a little bit of it anyway.
You know what? That's true. Give me a perception check with advantage, please.
28.
A 28? Yeah. You know how many eyelashes are on each eye as you sit there and you're just counting them as you're bored. I don't remember any one particular spell or anything that would have let off a very loud sound, but as soon as that boar would have come running out of the wood line, you would have heard things. You would have heard, because it was not being quiet. I mean, it was squealing and sand was flying and swords were clashing and shit. It's getting real. It looks like Wild Kingdom on the beach right now. Okay, the black sand is everywhere. When we go to the map, I will give you one turn to try to get to somewhere and do something that you want to do. Okay. For you, Rachel, I remember because you had decided to move into the underbelly of the ship with all the other people this time around. So
Yeah.
you would have a normal, it'd probably be a check of disadvantage with all
Okay.
the folks that are down there. Go ahead and roll that for me, and I'll talk to you about what happens next.
Hold on.
It's all good.
6. I rolled a 6.
Okay, and with bonuses, yeah, it's perception is wisdom, and I don't know if you're wisdom based or not. So I'm going to say probably not at this point. So as you are down there inside of this, if you want to, just give us a touch of flavor. I've described that a lot of the people from the top of the ship, a lot of the crew and things like this have made makeshift places to sleep, have been playing little gambling games and whispering in the dark. Some people have goods out and doing a little bit of silent trading. I'd say 25% down there are doing those kind of activities. The other ones are tired, and now they're even doubly tired after the Marrow and the Sea Scourge attacked the ship. You had been trying to rescue people out of the water. You would be weary at this point. What do you think she would be looking for? And how determined would you be to get some sleep at this point?
I think someone would definitely be very determined to get some sleep. And at this point, she's not necessarily looking for anything in particular or looking at anybody like specifically. She's just sort of like watching everything that's going on while just trying to get some like shut eye. Because she's just exhausted, especially since she was almost eaten by like that creature.
Right on. Yeah, I get it.
And she's a little bit shaken up. So she's not like willing to get in anybody's face tonight.
Makes sense. Okay, so with that, we'll go ahead and open up the battle map, and I'll give Danny the chance to interact and give you one round to get to what's going on, and then we're going to re-roll initiative to just get a new fresh thing on this and jump into this. Okay? So with that, let me go ahead and bring up the battle map and get things going here. Just a second. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Oh, it's fantastic. Okay, let's go to you. Let's bring you down. All right. So let's go ahead and do this real quick. So for all of you that don't realize, sometimes your mouse goes dead right in the middle of your game. So then you have to get one of these and plug it in and go a little bit of retro stuff here, which is fantastic. That's the thing. At least I have the crap on hand to fix this when it happens. You know what I'm saying? And now we're moused back up again. Epic. Because doing that with the touchpad, that would be horrible. I wouldn't wish down my worst enemy. Okay. Let's scroll in here a little bit. Let's change our grid, or at least dull it down for now. Okay. So here's our scene. We have the ship up above us. Danny, of these crow's nests, which one of these two do you believe you would have been roosting in, so to speak? The one up here above Brahmas, or the central one in the ship that you were in when we were in that fight earlier?
Whichever one that Aeolus didn't have a guard up in, he'd have been in the other one.
Okay. Aeolus would have put a guard into the middle one, so I'm going to say you climbed into the one up by the front of the ship. Okay. Let me go ahead and bring you into this real quick. What is that in the background?
Oh, is it mine?
Someone's having some fun. I can't tell what it is, but I can hear it.
So, the New England Patriots game is on, and my family is, and my dad just was in the background just shouting that, hoping that Dallas didn't score a field goal.
A lot of people in West Virginia don't like the Patriots where I'm from just because he's just too clean. if he just came into the games muddy and like had like a Jeremy beard or something like that, be altogether different for him. I guarantee it. But he's just too damn good and too squeaky clean for people to like him. All right, so Bastille, you are there, sir. So with your surprise turn, or I don't want with your turn, it's not really a surprise. You saw Brahmas jump off the front of the ship and head towards the chaos. You saw Rowdy come out. Before we did this, we described a little bit about the last moments in the battle, so you're caught up with some of the things that's been going on there. Rowdy does not have any on him now. It seems like they're handling themselves, but I'm going to say, just for that really high check, Danny, that you do notice that there is another one that's lurking out of the wood line right now that's coming up behind Killtusk as he has his bow focused on the other ones around him. Okay? Now you are quite the distance away from all this good fun. Okay? And if we had to give an exact amount of how far away you are, it would be something like this. Holy shit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 50. I'm going to say you're roughly 55 to 60 foot away from Brahmas, which is going to put you 75 foot away from the boar, and that's going to put you about 75 to 80 foot away from the bad guys here. The wood line down there, 85, pushing 115 foot, roughly, to get to this one down here at the wood line that you happen to have noticed is just now starting to peek out. Okay?
Okay.
So with that, sir, do you have any thoughts? Is there anything particular you would like to start meddling with?
Yes, I think I would like to
I would like to rage.
use my bonus action and summon
Oh.
Eris.
Okay. So, describe to everybody what this looks like as far as where you want arrows to come into this at.
Just like as he materializes, he'll just step right off of the as he materializes in the air, Bast will actually just step off of it onto his back.
Okay.
But what you're going to see is a griffin materialize out of the air.
Okay. So, trying to decide real quick here how I want to represent him because I do not have his token readily available. I mean, I could make something real quick. Let's go ahead and just put a symbol in here or something to represent your griffin, okay?
It's okay, I have a beautiful thing for you to... so with his bonus action, he did that, summoned him. And for my action, I'm going to cast darkness on my armor, so that it'll travel with me.
Okay, so on your actual... So,
Yeah.
for some reason, in a technicality that I'm sure only you understand, instead of your actual body, you're casting this on your armor, correct?
It says if you choose an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the darkness emanates from that object and moves with it.
Did you
So
say
that way
isn't being worn or carried, but you are wearing and carrying your armor?
Yeah, so it will be...
I'm going to make you a triangle for your bird here real quick, and you decide on how you want to do that, and we'll move forward, okay? So let's do this for you, Danny. Bast. Let's do a shape. Make this yellow.
Yeah, basically I can choose any object. If the point you choose is on an object you are holding or one that isn't being worn or carried, the darkness emanates from the object and moves with it. So actually, that being said, you talked me out of it. I'll cast it on one of my normal daggers.
Okay, just a minute. And what is the name of this griffin again?
Eros.
Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and move that around for you. Okay. I'm going to put that down underneath of all your other stuff here. Okay. It will be over to the side. And you wanted to cast that darkness on what again?
One of his throwing daggers that he carries.
Okay, it's not worn or carried.
It can be.
It can be. All right,
Yeah.
gotcha. Let's do this now. Darkness, we decided, is kind of like this dark color over here. Let's do that. Oh, I like that. Okay, let's do a circle. Okay, circle. How many feet is this darkness? What's the size of it, boss?
15-foot radius.
So 30 foot by 30, huh? Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 15, 20, 25, 30. Bam. All right, let's give it this right here. Let's make this darkness. Okay, and got it. I will center that on you, buddy. Okay. So, with that, where are you headed?
We'll be headed to the taking off and flying up and over towards. Want to get above the battlefield so I can kind of scan it.
Okay, so what we got, like a flying speed of 60?
Yeah, I'm looking it up because we didn't actually put that down.
Well, just for now, because we've taken a little bit of time with this, let's just for now say it's 60. Okay? Let's see. Zoom in here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
Speed's 30 feet, flies 80 feet.
It's 80?
Yeah, when it's flying. Yep.
Okay, I think we decided that that would have put you... Let's look at it here. Didn't we say that Rowdy was about 80 foot?
Mm-hmm.
We did? Okay. What are you thinking, Corey? You're muted.
I was just jamming out to music
Oh, thank you. Good.
while I'm reading about how fucked up I am.
I'm going to put you guys right there. So if you would, Danny, go ahead. Did you already go ahead and describe to everybody what this creature looks like and what they see you sailing in on? Have your theatrical moment, sir.
When you first seen him appear, he had appeared as a an avian's griffin steed. He's got armor on, but once he finally materializes, he just looks like a living griffin. But for a moment, he's all in light and everything, as he's kind of summoned from another realm. But as soon as that came over, you're looking at a 15-foot globe of impenetrable darkness, unless you have some special sight.
Okay. And as this globe of darkness now hovers, I'm going to say at least, what we say, 35 foot up is how high the top of the ship was. So let's say this globe's reaching down 15 foot. You'd have 15 more foot to go before that globe would be on the ground. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, having said that, I want you to go ahead and I'm going to have you hold right there, and now we're going to roll initiative with you in that place and see what's going to go down, okay? Okay. With that, go ahead and everyone roll your initiative. It's 1d20 plus the bonuses on the middle right of your screen. And then tell me what you get. I will roll for the big bads here. And I'll start asking here in just a minute. Okay. Danny, you already got yours, buddy?
Yeah, 29.
Okay. Let's see here for a minute. Okay. Darius, what do you got?
12.
12. Okay. Kill Tusk, what'd you get on your initiative, buddy? You're muted. And you are still muted. Let's go ahead and skip you for a minute and let's go to Jeremy. Jeremy, what did Brahmas get on initiative?
28.
28? Holy shit, you almost beat the champ. How does that happen? Okay, and Colby, do you know what you got, boss?
I got 10.
10 total?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, we know who's going last.
Yeah.
At least we... Isn't that terrible? Okay, so we, as always, are going to start the round with Bastille, because how could we not? Then we're going to have Merc on deck in second place. We're going to have number 3 there. Number 4 there. Ooh, okay, number 5 for Darius. Kill Tusk. Oh, hold on, messed up. I forgot somebody very important here. Number 5. Number 6. Kill Tusk will be 7. And then we'll have 8. Okay, so we're going to start with Bastille. And then we're going to be Mercs on deck. And then we'll have some bad guys going. So, Bastille, you are in a globe of absolute darkness up above this group. Okay? You are about 15 foot up above Rowdy. You are more than welcome to ask me questions about this, whatever, and tell me what you are planning on doing. You are still 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 foot away from the displacer, or from Kill Tusk. And that's going to be an extra 15 foot to get to that one that is lurking out of the wood line that I said that you were able to spot with the perception check that you rolled very high on from earlier. What's the plan here, boss?
With a little bit of perception that I had there, does it look like that one's stalking Kill Tusk, I guess?
It does.
Okay. How many feet you say it was?
Let's see. Again, make sure I know. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. The beast itself is 55 foot away, but you're also high, which is
Right.
going to be at least 70 straight line from you to it. I'm going to give it 15 foot of fall, so at least 70 for you to get to it at an angle.
Yeah, that puts it outside of my accurate range with the dagger. So
Well, of course it does.
I'm gonna try something I haven't used in a long time. He's gonna whip his short bow out and
Really?
yep, see.
Are
This
you
ought to be
even
it.
proficient with that thing, buddy, or is that just like a? Are
He's
you just doing
proficient.
this for yucks?
He's proficient. Not as proficient as he is with daggers, obviously. I don't have weapon specialization or anything cool with it.
Right on.
So I have 7 every 2. Because of everything he has, it hasn't taken. We'll find out on the surprise part, but the rest of it, it meets all the qualifications. I get advantage on attack rolls under the old assassin kit.
Okay, so what is it you're doing here?
He's shooting
Short bow.
arrows at it. Yeah.
Okay, and
I'm
can
gonna
you
shoot him
see
with
out of the darkness?
it. Yes, because he has devil sight.
Okay, good thing to know. So no one knows what's coming out of this or what direction. So we're going to give you sneak attack on the first arrow that comes out of the 30-foot orb.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead and roll for attack.
Okay, so with advantage will be 25 to attack.
Just one moment. Okay. As you do, You see the arrow soar through the creature. And as it does, the head looks up at you in a strange way, and the arrow seems to pass through it as if it were a ghost. Okay?
All right, well. Try a couple more arrows at it.
Roll a history check.
16.
What is it?
16.
From the training that everybody went through, were you a part of that when you went up to the top up there with Tanima and did the training and things like that?
No, he was doing something else at the time.
You almost feel the way people feel when they try to swing at you and you're not where you're supposed to be. It went right through this thing like it was a ghost.
Try one more.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. With bonuses is what, 33? 34?
30 total for. He only has a 10 on
the
bow.
short bow. Okay. Roll 1d4 for me on this one now.
4.
A 4. Once again, a plume of black sand shoots through exactly that same image that is just frozen there in time, staring straight up at you. And as the arrow sinks into the sand behind it, it opens up its mouth. Now, Kiltusk, I will give you an advantage on a perception check to not be ambushed by this creature. Because, if anything, these arrows and this heavy fire just happening 15 foot behind you are going to draw some attention to things. But Danny, that goes through as well. There is nothing there.
Right. So I got 2 attacks left, and I'm gonna burn 1 to figure for perception again. Can I see footprints? Can I see indentation in the sand? With a 20 for perception.
Roll that with disadvantage because of the rain, the distance, and the black sand.
Okay, that's 17.
You cannot from your location.
Right then, I'll just shoot. I'm gonna shoot 2 foot to the right of it, and try it.
2 foot to the right of it?
Yep.
So we're talking about over here, above it, beside it, or below it. Which way are you talking?
When you went to beside it.
Right
Or
here?
actually, no, yeah, right there. Like it would be coming right at Kiltusk from behind.
I like it. Go ahead and roll.
That would be a 21.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a 1d4, please.
2.
Oh, a 2 is already done. Roll again, please.
1.
You hit it. And in that moment when that happens, Danny, it kind of looks like this. We're on number 4. Okay. When you hit that creature, all of a sudden, it's not the typical thing everyone's used to. Multiple images of this thing pop up all at once, as if it's some kind of defense mechanism to being located. Okay? You've hit the central one of this. You've hit something that has found purchase, and behind that you hear it thump, and you hear it thud, and you hear it hits it very hard. Go ahead and roll your damage, please, for that. but it was not surprised by this. You do not get your sneak attack as it saw several arrows flying out of that direction.
6. Well, he can do the assassinate feature on anything that hasn't taken an attack in the round. Sneak attack for the surprise is just double damage. But I called it on the first shot, so I missed it anyway. Because you can only do it once per round.
Correct. Okay, she said 6.
Yep, 6 total.
Okay. And with that, after all the images start to blur around us, this looks similar to a mirror image, but it is not as controlled as you are, whereas this seems feral. This seems like things and images are swarming around the thing as if it has lost its head for just a minute. I need to roll a check. Do you have any bonuses to hurt someone on their concentration when you perform an attack? The images, after they scatter for just a minute, seem to hone back in. And with that, you're just seeing the image of the one again. Okay. What else are you doing on your turn? You've used perception checks. You've used your 3 attacks. You've used no movement that I can think of at this moment. You're still there.
I think that's it, because I don't have any bonus action spells that would be useful.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and put that as the end of your first turn. Okay. And now, Brahmas, you are going. The next person to go from the group is going to be Darius. You'll be the 6th one to go. Okay, keep it in mind. Okay, so Merc, you're up, buddy. What are we thinking?
All right.
What do you
So
want to
did-
see? What do you want me to do for you?
Is that darkness that Bast put up?
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
He cast translucent gray circle.
All right. So, given my position right now, there's none that are really in direct line of sight, are there?
Well, that's a good thing. See, his darkness is 15 foot up above the ground.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, remember, because he hadn't descended yet. He just is up in the air in this. So first you saw him sail in, and we forgot to mention, this is an armored battle griffin that he is able to summon up to him. And it had flown in, and as it's swooping down off the ship, and you guys notice it, all of a sudden, boom, there's a globe of darkness that kind of encompasses and surrounds it. And it is 15 foot up above the ground, which would put it only 5 foot up above the high back of Rowdy, the dire boar.
Awesome. All right, so I am going to make a beeline rush to number 3.
Okay. Now, are we talking about, are we charging Brahmas, or are we just rushing? What are we doing here? Be specific, sir. Because you know
What's
there's
my-
a difference.
What's my distance?
20 foot, and you can be right in front of it.
Cool. I gotta look here. I don't think I've got anything for charging at him.
Okay. So you're just running right up to it, and is this right here look good to you?
The other one, number 3.
Oh, over here. My bad. Thank you, buddy. Okay. That's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20. That's going to be 25 foot.
That'll
Okay.
work. And
Okay.
I tell you what I will do, is since I'm already moving,
Yes.
if I get to it here, I'm going to attempt to throw in a leaping strike.
Okay, so that takes 10 foot of movement, which will put you at 35. I think 35 is your maximum, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's going to pretty much take all your movement. The last two, as he's running through the sand, all of a sudden you hear the gears tense in and shit kick in, and all of a sudden,
Well,
and you're up in the air like Mega Man.
Wouldn't that be part of the movement? Like go what?
The leaping.
15 foot and then 5 foot up, 5 foot down.
Yes. But the leap is extra effort and takes extra movement to do it. So it subtracts off your normal. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work. So the bonus of plus D4.
And
when performing a leaping strike, additional D4 added every additional 10 feet for performing.
And you weren't specific as to what you're attacking it with after you jumping.
It's going to be a great sword.
Okay. Any bonus actions or anything else added into this? Any overdrives, or are you just hacking away?
I'm just initially just coming in, going to do the leaping strike, and I'm going to go ahead and add in a smite on top of it because promise.
Okay. Now, as you've seen, well, I don't know if you've particularly noticed it yet. Go ahead and roll your attack.
That's a 16 to hit.
16. Oh, hold on. Was number 3? Number 3 is prone. Roll with advantage.
Sweet.
Forgot, buddy. Yeah.
That's a 15 to hit, so 16.
Okay. 16 misses.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. How about a second swing?
That would probably be a lot better. Yeah, better chances of that. Go ahead. He swings once. Whiff. Now, what sucks is that took your momentum from your jump.
Yeah. That's right. That's a 24 to hit.
That hits and breaches.
Good deal. All right. So that is going to be 15, and I'm throwing in a smite since I didn't hit last time. As soon as I find it, it's here somewhere. There it is.
Okay.
So that's an additional. I'm just going to do it at its base. Once damage 2d8.
How much?
2d8.
Oh, did you go ahead and roll them? Total up. Tell me what you get on your attack.
15 slashing and 5 radiant. Oh, wait a minute. I'm under the effects of bless.
You already have a plus 1d4.
Yeah. That makes an attack roll. D4. That would have made my 2-hit a. It's 27 total.
Yes.
So yeah, 15 slashing and 5 radiant.
Okay. This thing looks rough because this thing had been rolled a little bit before. Okay? And as you come down with your second attack on the creature, you are hitting this thing true because it had been knocked prone and hadn't had a chance to get back into its stuff yet. Okay? Your movement is done. You've used 2 attacks, and you used a Divine Smite. You have bonus action and reaction. What is it you're doing?
Oh, let's see here. Oh, I also deal an extra 1d8 from my Spirit Shroud that I had up.
Okay.
You hit a creature within 10 feet of you. Damage is radiant, necrotic, or cold. I'm going to make it radiant.
Okay.
And the creature cannot gain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Okay, now when does it you cast the Spirit Shroud?
That was last time. I got up and I did a bless and then a Spirit Shroud with a bonus action.
Okay, go ahead and roll your extra 1d8, please. The Paladin's Hunter's Mark, everybody.
6. For a
So,
total of 26 damage.
yes, so before it looked rough, now it looks rougher. Okay.
And at the start of its, any creature of your choice that you can see that starts its turn within 10 feet of you has its speed reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn.
So that creature has its speed reduced by 10 foot.
Mhm.
That is a very, very cool, very utility thing. I like that, Jeremy. That's badass, sir. Teach me.
There's another bowl in there if you want it.
I'll take another bowl.
You want me to make you some?
Yes.
Because I have another bowl in here. Because
Oh, hey.
I
feel
want
like-
another bowl. I don't know what we're eating, but I'm on board. I'm good.
I feel like Jackie Chan's grandpa off the animated series. Like,
Yeah.
and one more thing.
One more thing.
I didn't include my extra 1d8 radiant damage from improved divine smite.
Okay. Okay. You know what? Good God. I
It's
wonder if
3.
you did this for a half hour, how many DH you could squeeze out of this lemon. You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead.
3 extra damage.
Okay, I was like, if you roll a 1, that's karma. If I have to erase this number again, 29. 29. Now the creature is on death's door. Congratulations, Jeremy. 'Cause this is one that done pretty good before. Are you done now?
Oh, you know what? I could have used my weapon specialization.
You could have, you know, and then it's like the drive through on Dude, Where's My Car? And then?
Can't do steadfast assault because I'm out of movement.
Correct.
I haven't used my bonus action yet, so I will
Correct.
use that, and I'm going to use attack mode.
Awesome. Describe to everybody what that looks like and tell me what you get from it.
So it's an increase to attack bonus or damage bonus by 1d4, whichever I roll, which will be a 3.
That's awesome.
So I'll get a +3 to either attack or damage bonus.
On your next time. And you can
Yeah.
see Merc, actually, some of the parts open up and you see some radiant light come out between crevices in his Mechon outer form. It's almost like you hear the stone shifting as if large blocks are being pushed against a rough granite floor. And you hear gears turning and his eyes illuminate a little bit brighter as he seems to bulk out and looks a little bit more, he pretty much He-Man'd up just now. Practically, I would compare it to, if you like that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, with that,
I think that's it.
okay, because you're not a fighter. There's no action surge. We can call it quits now.
Well, we can work on that though.
Your turn just now just made Danny McGuffey jealous. I'm just telling you right now, that's how it worked. All right, so let's go ahead and give these poor defenseless feral displacer beasts a chance to eat. For God's sake, they look starved. Okay, so we're going to say you just went. And displacer beast number 2. Okay, I believe 2. Okay, that's the one that Rowdy is doing. I need to do a strength check. Would someone roll a 1d20 and a 1d10 for Rowdy and tell me what he gets on a strength check, please? I'll let you do it, Colby.
$11.
Really?
Yeah.
Better than the 2 I
Possible
rolled.
30 and got 11. I'm going to tell you the truth. Displacer Beast beat you with a 13. Somehow, it's able to kick up sand, and it has those legs and those tentacles are swiping around and getting on Rowdy's face and like clinging in. The claws are getting him. He's just tusking at this dude, but he's able to squirm out from underneath that son of a bitch, and he gets free of him. So, you know, it's funny. You know, you have to do a strength check to break off from somebody. Okay? And a lot of times when you do some kind of ability check in combat, that's your action. Right? but you also have to use half your movement to get up from being prone. You know what I mean? So, how does everybody feel about that? When somebody jumps up in a situation like this, should they have an ability to do something now that they freed themselves? Or did that take their attack action to be able to get up and get out of that situation? How do you guys feel about that? I'll start with Sean. What do you think about that?
I'm sorry, I missed the whole thing. I was in the bathroom. What happened?
You're okay? We'll move to Corey then. Hold on. Corey, what do you think about that thing? You're muted, sir.
I literally unmuted it earlier. As a 5th edition lover
Yes.
and GM, I wholeheartedly agree to the action to break out is your action, the amount of time it takes to do that, and the amount of effort. And then your getting up is half of your movement. So I would say
Okay.
that.
Okay. I like it. We will go ahead and go with that then. Does everybody like that idea?
I would
Did he
say-
have to break? Go ahead, Danny.
I would say if it's proficient in grappling, or it had like a bonus action disengage or something of that nature that would give it a reason, because it could actually make a grappling attack to move out and just use
Right.
one attack.
You know, in my thought, the whole reason I asked this, my thought is if it's scrambling and he can't get out from underneath of it, it's just going to strike him and claw him and try to bite him or something as it's going. So, what I'm going to do in this instance is
I would think too, the residual action left over for it to do something would be highly dependent upon the size difference too.
Yeah.
If it's
True.
just a human to a human and you break out of the grapple, sure. But if it's something like, a human versus a giant, well, that's going to be a pretty monumental task to break out of that kind of grapple.
Well, you can't grapple over one size bigger, right? Like you can't even try to grapple one
You
size
can
bigger.
with one disadvantage. If it's 2 sizes bigger, you can't. So if you're
Okay.
trying to grapple a large creature, it's at disadvantage, or smalls with advantage, but nothing greater than that.
I do agree. Like if it has a bonus action to do anything, I mean, it still has that
Right.
option.
I agree with that. Here's what I think I'm going to do. And so we're going to use some of that moving forwards, why I asked, because that could come up later. Okay? So as this thing gets out from underneath of it, and it got roughed up pretty good. It got bloodied after all this. This is the one that got knocked off the back, hit prone. He had in the ground just messing with it. It is going to use its movement to retreat, which is going to give Rowdy an attack of opportunity against this creature. With that, Sean, I'd like you to roll me a 1d20 plus 8 and tell me what you get. Sean, you able to hear me, boss?
Yeah.
1d20 plus 8. Tell me what you get.
So 17.
17 just hits this creature. Roll me 2d8 plus 6. Sean, for damage, let me know what you get.
The total of 13.
13 points of butt scooting. Here's one for the road damage coming from the dual tusks of this creature as it comes up and rips and hits like that. Had that hit been a little bit harder, I may give you the chance to flip it. But this pretty much is like as a dog's running and someone puts its foot in its ass and kicks it, just kind of hinds. It's going to run and it's going to perch itself up on this rock right here. And with its bonus action, you are going to see this thing break off into many different versions of itself. Just like this. Now the numbers will be backwards here, but I want to reverse this so it's actually facing us, if you don't mind so much, guys. Let's do this here real quick and fix the way this is. Okay.
Does Bast also get an attack of opportunity?
Just a minute. As you are aimed at the one over here in the bushes, and this one went running across past your range. You know what? If you want to use your reaction, I'll give you one of disadvantage because you have a bow and you're actually on a griffin and things of that nature. So you're doing aerial combat, which I know you're not really proficient with. I'll let you try to pop a shot off on it before it gets across there.
I have combat prowess, so your character can now perform multiple attacks of opportunity per turn at the cost of 5 foot of movement per attack past the first, up to an amount equaling their dex. Character can now perform called shot, cantrips, and other enhanced skills when attacking.
Nice.
So I am going to.
This is like this. It's like a globe of archery.
Yeah,
Is what this thing looks like. It's just spitting out arrows from up here as you guys are feeling the wind from the wings, but you see no wings.
He's going to shoot off to the side of it again, called shot.
Okay.
Aiming for where he thinks its head would be in that area. Got something from the last one. And whopping 4, so that would be 14 total.
Hits the sand behind it, and it's a miss.
Figured.
Okay, but that's okay. That's okay. And as follows, it goes through, running away from Rowdy and having its hindquarters bleeding out, and it's now perched up on a rock, and now seems to have multiple disillusioned, somewhat transparent images of itself. As I'll dim that down a little bit. And is barely, you can see the rain kind of passing through this creature. It looks as if it is made of mist or somewhat ghost-like at that moment. Moving forward, next person in the rotation is going to be let's see, where's D1 at? D-Nice? D-Nice.
Denise.
There you go. It's Denise. That's right. Okay, this one's right here. This is the one that you were attacking at the current time, Darius.
Yep.
It is. That's not the one that was disillusioned. That's the other one that was knocked over. This one's just. Right. This one was. I don't think this one was prone or anything, was it?
I thought it was prone. That's why I ran over to it.
Okay. I was pretty sure we knocked the shit and several of them were prone. So I'm going to give
this was the one that got knocked away. It got knocked prone.
So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to take half of its movement for it to get up. Okay. It is going to use its bonus action. And it is going to look very similar to the other ones, unfortunately. Okay. And now it's going to make an attack with advantage because it literally looks like there's 4 or 5 of these things clustered up around you in a half C formation. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Get over here, dice. Okay. A natural 18. Does 26 hit you?
So ACP is 25.
Okay, so it does 24. Hit you, but it hits, but it doesn't breach. So it was able to get past your ability to dodge and block, but didn't get past your armor. So it's going to hit you. Okay?
Can I use what's that one thing I have where I can
There are many things you have, sir.
Excuse me. I was looking at this the other day and I forgot.
It's all good.
Repel attack, I think it's called. No. There's a thing. Oh wait, sorry. Here it is. Like the abolishing strike, I think is what it's called.
That is one. Go ahead and give that a brief description and see if that will work here.
I gotta pull it up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like I had it up in a long time. Oh wait, okay. Optional character.
And mind you, we're still learning some of our moves here, and that's part of this process, so it's all good. I'm going to go to your folder and look at it too. I've got it on my sub screen. I'll find it real quick, and I'll tell you if you can do it or not.
Yeah, Dora.
Okay.
Class.
Okay.
Oh no, I gotta go to feats. That's where it was at.
Yep, feats.
Yeah, I have everything else up, but yeah.
I know,
Alright, here
right?
we
Okay.
go. So I can use my reaction to counter an attack that would hit me passively. Your character already has a bonus.
So you
Christine
add a
Lane with
1d10 and add that to your armor class primary, and if that makes it where you're able to, and where it makes your armor class high enough where this thing would have missed you, the strike is abolished.
Now, just for going forward, so I know, is this before or after I know? So do you say, hey, this hits you, and then I do it? Or do you
Nope.
say...
This is after. This is one that would have hit you. So go ahead
gotcha.
and roll 1d10, and add that to your armor class, and let's see if that makes it high enough for this to have missed you.
What'd you say was that hit me?
It was
Oh, hold on.
26.
So,
I rolled 26.
oh, shoot. Thank God. I rolled a 3.
You
So
just
make
got
it
it.
27.
Okay.
I was like, dang it. No.
So with your reaction, you're able to use the abolishing strike. Now, if I look at it here for just a moment, if an attack is abolished, the creature that has been countered must make a strength or dexterity, your choice, skills you have replied on this thing. And if they fail by 10, you have thrown them completely off balance with this abolishing strike, and it ends their turn. Okay? So, your choice depending on the style and skills you have relied upon to gain this feat. Saving throw against a DC that equals 10 plus the amount that they missed you by.
So it's low.
Yeah, it's only
So
a
I would
DC of
say-
11. It's only a DC of 11 for me.
Just to give you an idea of how, in case, so this will tell you which one you want to use. So at this point, like, Darius is beginning to, like, his blood starting to, like, it almost feel like looks like what you see like a bodybuilder we
We need to do that, don't we, Corey? I apologize.
Actually, it happens on my turn, so we'll do it on my turn. So basically, I'll explain a little bit. Like the people out there watching, you'll notice as his body begins to, like, almost like swell slightly. And whereas originally he was using his rapier to attack, last time he actually reached out and slashed at the creature with his left hand. And you notice as when he goes to block this, he actually blocks and, like, grabs the whatever is trying to attack him. That's how he blocks it. So I would say it'd be a strength.
Nice. Okay, so I'm going to roll a strength check with a DC of 11.
Picture
And with
this
a
move
natural
being-
4, your off-putting motion to grabbing the feral tentacle strike at this thing throws it off balance, and that creature's turn is done, as it has to take the rest of its actual action to regain its footing and balance. So abolishing strike 1, displacer beast 0.
The perfect move or a TV show example of this would be like when Oberyn Martell was trying to mess with the mountain, and then he caught him and slammed
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Hell
Yeah.
yes.
Yep.
It's like,
That is sweet, buddy.
that ended his turn.
Yep.
Okay, so number 5 we have, and now this is the one coming out of the woods now. Good job, by the way. That ends that creature's turn right there, cold. What's great about that is, and I forgot to do this, since you were able to do that in the manner that you did, you have found which one this is again. And all the imagery seems to fall away, as it was the one dead in front of you. I think that only makes sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if not, I had an option, but that sounds good to me.
But that's cool. I like that. That's awesome. This thing's like all blurring out, comes at you, and you're just like, boom. That's awesome, dude. All right, moving forward, the wood line. Colby, this is a little bit weird, but I can only see it this way. Because of those arrows that were going and flying past you, I would like for you to roll a perception check with disadvantage to see if you're able to notice this thing trying to sneak up on you.
It also growled when I shot it.
Just regular, straight perception check then. Thank you, Bastille. A 22 works. You're able to see over your shoulders. This thing, it's almost like you've seen the videos, right, Jeremy, and all you guys at the zoo, when the little kid's teasing the tiger through the glass, and they go to turn around, then the tiger's just kind of like coming up on him and shit. That's what's kind of happening, and all of a sudden, and all of a sudden, right? And you notice this, okay? So it is not going to get a surprise attack on you. You can buy Danny a drink later. This is good news. It is going to use half of its movement, and it is going to do a pounce attack on you, which is as cool for me as it sounds. Not so cool for you, but you understand. Sometimes we just have to kick people's asses in this game. As it jumps out and comes straight for you, without advantage, because of things. Because when it was hit, the multiple images dropped and it is just one creature now. Okay? With an arrow sticking out of it, actually, I'm going to roll me your, what was the damage of the arrows, Danny?
1d6.
Roll that for me, please.
5.
Okay, half of that, I'm going to roll down to 2. It takes 2 points of damage from moving with the arrow stuck in it. Because I'm a DM and I like doing flavorful shit with my game. Number 4. Okay. Okay, awesome. Attack. Does a 20 hit you, Kill Tusk? Does it break your armor class primary?
No.
It does not.
You said a 20, right?
Correct.
Yeah, no.
The thing swipes at you once. With the second attack, it comes down with one of these large tentacles that has a leathery black foot on it with several different claw appendages. It's almost like a squid's tentacle, but on this feral creature. It's very odd looking. It's going to come down with one of those and try to swipe at you. Much better roll, 17 naturally, 25 to hit. Does that beat your armor class primary?
Yep.
Does it beat your breach?
Nope.
Okay, so this hits you, but it did not breach you, so your armor defenses will apply in this instance. Okay? That is going to be 8 points of slashing damage. Does that break the breaking point of your armor? Where it says BP on the far right side of it.
You said 8, right?
I said 8.
Yes, it beats it.
Okay. However much it beats it by, you take that as lethal damage, and your armor takes 8 points of damage off of its total armor points. Okay? So keep notes of those things. Your armor just took an 8-point hit, and you took whatever got past it to lethal straight off your hit points, okay? With those 2 attacks, it did the pounce, which did not hit. It came back with the tentacle. It trapped you. It is going to use its bonus action, and it is going to clone out again. It looks like this. And now, they are all kind of a blur, and you're not quite sure which one is which. Okay, there's number 4. Darius, it is your turn, my friend. We move to you. And Sean, just so you guys know, I'm getting ready to do this. If you do want to join into this here in a minute, starts getting a little bit long and you're a little bored, you're more than welcome to do something. You can be thinking about things maybe that you're doing on the back of the ship. I can cut to you in a minute if you have some things you want to get accomplished. And hopefully we'll either get through this or you can join in, do whatever you would like. Okay, sir? Okay. Corey. Can I have fun with your image now? Would you like to explain anything, or do you want to go through a little bit first?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I just thought about that too. So basically, I forgot I took an attack, which means I gotta roll that. Okay. So basically, I don't think any character is paying attention to him at this point. So I don't think any character would see this, but just so everyone has like that visual that we all love to understand what's going on. As Darius ran up to this creature previously, he immediately drew his rapier and began to very you could tell how well he is trained in this in the art of like kind of swashbuckling and such. And as he attacks, you notice that almost instinctively, as he hits with the rapier, he slashed out with his right hand, which would not seem normal for the average man. Why would they be utilizing a weapon that could do damage versus just smacking a creature?
Right on.
But as this creature tries to attack him and he grabs it, you notice as his muscles begin to look swollen and engorged, like he's just spent time in the gym, and as he throws the tentacle down and the creature begins to dissipate the magical illusion, you watch as his shoulders kind of elongate and the hair on the back of his neck begins to not only stand but grow in length, and he grows. I'd say it'd probably be at least 6 to 8 inches.
At least at this point, at this stage of it, yeah.
Yeah, because he's starting. It's that hybrid form, and his right hand kind of opens up as the rapier slides out, as his bestial instincts take over, and the rapier hits the ground as he begins to just go ham on this creature as if it were a predator on prey.
And there you are.
So I would like to, as my full round action, try my hardest to fuck this bitch up.
Nicely done, sir. And sometimes you just gotta fuck shit up. Yeah, because sometimes that's what you got.
So I'd like to ask a question, because it makes sense both ways. So as a trained College of Swords,
oh my God, he's selling it. He's trying to sell it. Go ahead, Corey. What's up?
I would have spent a lot of time learning the art of attacking with my rapier and pretty much short swords, those types of things.
Correct.
However, as someone who now is not utilizing that, I would assume my blade flourishes no longer are options.
I'll tell you what I'll do for fun. In hybrid form, I will let you do blade-like flourishes with your claws only.
Yeah, so I was thinking the slashing flourish kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Because it requires dexterity. So because I'm using dexterity instead of strength per my stat, or per my special stuff as a predatory strikes. So basically what I'd like to do is I'd like to use an inspiration die to do an additional attack.
Hell yes, you would.
So that would give me what, 4 attacks?
That would give you quite a bit. If this is your next round, like I say, they go, is it 2, 3, or they go 3, 4 for you, back and forth, back and forth?
So on the sheet, it says 1, 1, 1, 2, and it's blank, and then 1, 1.
And what's the total say out from that?
5, 2.
Okay, so you get 3 attacks one round, 2 the next. So if this is your 3 attack round, you get an extra one now, it'd be 4.
Okay, yeah, because
Yeah,
last
remember that
time I only
bounces back
attacked
and forth.
twice.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So I would get 4. Okay, all right. So and that's basically this makes sense because then he's getting into that predatory mode, and he actually kind of like takes and sniffs his left hand ever so slightly with the blood that was from when I slashed it earlier.
Nice,
to
buddy. Nice.
Get that scent as he just goes right hand.
Roll it and see what you get.
For 24.
That just breaches. So you're able to hit a sensitive spot, either around the neck, underneath the underbelly as you're uppercutting, around a piece of the face that doesn't have the thickest hide on this thing. That breaches the creature with the hit. You do straight damage.
All right. So that, do you want me to roll all my attacks and then damage, or attack,
However,
damage, attack?
it is the most fun for you. You go ahead.
Okay, I'll do it like this. So I get 1d6 plus 1d4.
At the end of the day, it all comes out in the wash. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun with it. Explore the space.
All right, so right hand attacks for max fucking damage. So that would be 14.
Woo!
And then he comes in with the left hand.
Okay, you have combo attacks, so this is a +1 to your attack. It's a feat.
Oh well, that doesn't matter. I rolled a 3, so I would come in with the left hand and kind of do that miss.
Okay.
And so then next it's 15 on the die, which makes it 25 to hit.
25 hits and breaches.
For, are you kidding me? Almost max again. 1 point off max, so 13 points of damage.
This thing's starting to look rough, man.
And then left hand, 16 on the die, so that's 26.
That breaches as well. It's Teen Wolf when he's fighting the guy in the bowling alley.
And max damage. Max fucking damage. Are you oh, I love these die right now. I'm so glad I chose this dice. So that's 14 points.
That's awesome. That is a total of 30.
Jesus
40,
Christ.
It's a total of 41 points of damage. This creature is on death's door.
I am digging that. Let me see. Is there anything else
it had
I can add to it?
A minus of 25% to its hit points because of the last conflict and the things that's happened to it. It is on death's door looking ravaged as you go through. And I'd say the reason you missed that second hit, Corey, was because that first one you come down was so hard on it, you didn't expect it to yield so much. So when you swung the second time, it was air. And then you're like, oh, there you are. And you come in. Go ahead and play through, sir. What is it you're doing? You have movement and things, and then we'll move on. And you have a bonus action.
Oh, so steadfast assault then.
Do it. You want to use half your movement or all of it?
I mean, he's beast mode right now. He's not even thinking of moving.
Yeah.
So it'd be all of it.
Okay, you get 2 more attacks. And no movement. You're just going right at him and ham. You're going to have to do a Constitution saving throw at the end of this to make sure you don't take levels of exhaustion. Okay. But your Constitution is boosted because of your form. We'll see if tit for tat works. Go ahead and roll me 2 more.
That's a fail. That's a 4 on the die.
Okay.
That's a 4 on the die.
Did you roll 2 4s? Good God. And what is it? What's your bonuses to hit?
So if I'm reading this correctly, and tell me if I'm wrong, the total attack, that's my bonus, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's a +10.
That'd have been a 14.
Yeah.
You have a chance to hit with one of these by using weapon specialization with your claws. You can add a 1d4 to 1 attack per round. With weapon specialization. Hope for a 4. If you get a 4...
Now,
once per day, you can do 1d6.
Once per day, you can do 1d6.
So let's do this. And just to clarify, so this isn't a part... this is just a passive thing, right? So it doesn't use a reaction.
This is a feat.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. So I would say in this case, because he is monster mode, the first attack would be a 14 plus a 6 on the fucking die.
That hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Woo! I love this. I promise this die is not a cheat die.
It's all good, buddy.
I don't want to switch now.
No, I don't blame you. That's fantastic. You're
okay.
making coleslaw.
Listen,
Linda.
That
Linda.
6, that D6 die has rolled a 6. It's by the way, it's a Cthulhu die. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I can see that good. Yeah, it's nice.
But it was a 1 on the other one, so that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Paint me a picture. What's it look like?
Okay, I'm just gonna do this this other 1d4 just to see if that would hit too, because it would make sense, but it's a 1, so it doesn't. But basically, I just envision, because this is the first time that he has in battle changed. Or actually, let me rephrase it. This is the first time he's changed, period, in his head, because he's been very focused on learning the skill set and not changing since it's happened. And so, like, in the heat of battle with what's going on, he was about to begin to calm himself as the creature attacks and threw him over his threshold, which made it to where he had no choice but to turn as he began to smell the blood and be unable to fully get grips with who he is, which is why the rapier falls out of his hand, as he is just, I mean, as a beast would on prey, just clawing and clawing.
Wow.
So now I roll a Constitution, you said?
Yes, you do. And the DC for this is going to be, I believe, is. Let me double check it here real quick. I'll tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna roll it. Oh, it doesn't matter. I fail.
Really? What was
I
your
rolled a 4 on the die.
Okay, so you are as if you have the slow spell on you for at least, let me see here for a minute how long this lasts. Okay. You suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay.
So in your book, whatever level 1 exhaustion is, that is what you're suffering right now until you either get healing or take a short rest.
All right.
Okay.
So is that different than? Okay, I'll look through it just to clarify.
Yeah, exhaustion pretty much stays the same in our game.
Okay.
It doesn't change much because the 5 rules are pretty decent with it. I mean, the way they do the different stages of it and things like that.
Now, one of the things that I read here is that so if I go into Bloodlust and then attack, then I get to
1d4.
roll. Okay, yeah, cool.
I'm with you, buddy. I was getting there. Jeremy, for the hell of it, please. What'd you get, bud?
A 4 to drop it.
Nicely done. Okay,
So it'd be right under.
So what are you, like at a 9 now?
Well, no, because that was me at 30. That's the only.
So now you're.
I'm at
26.
29. No, hold on. Yeah, I'm at 29 because I go over, right? I've been counting over 30 because it says like if I'm plus 10 over 30, things get worse.
Right. So as long as you were between 10 and 30, you could be in this hybrid form and control it.
Okay.
Once you go over 30, you're full beast mode and shit needs to get away from you. So what did that drop you down to? You're somewhere between 30 and 10 now. So whatever that number is.
29. Yeah. So I'll be at 29. So basically, that creature caused him because I was about to go. Oh wait, hold on. So I should have been already then, right? Because do I have to go until I'm 30, or between 10 and 30 I can choose?
Correct. And at 30, you're forced to go into the rage mode of this shit.
Okay, no, that's perfect. So we did it right. So basically, I was at 33 after that thing hit me, right? So then we do the D4, which drops me to 29. So now I can control myself. However, like Darius is, where he had that predator stance of just like shoulders high. If anyone looks over at him at any point before his next turn, his shoulders are now slumped as he's kind of like looking at his hands, claws.
Nice. Okay, that makes sense.
And that's it.
With that enemy there, number 1 is deceased. Alrighty. So, you have used all your movements. You are kind of slumped from the exhaustion and things. Make sure to keep a note of that on there. And you are still in hybrid form, but is controlled at this point. We are moving to Kill Tusk. Kill Tusk, you have seen that whatever this was just got done ravaging this shit. Now, Jeremy, I wanted you to roll a Constitution check for this displacer beast to see if it does like a death cry when it is being viciously attacked by this other creature. And if it does, this could have an effect on the others if they choose to run or not. Because I think that is fitting for the way this went down, with this globe of darkness just shooting out needles like an urchin and shit. So roll me a 1d20 and a 1d4 and tell me what you get.
$23.
23's high. Versus that, Corey, I want you to roll either intimidation. I'd say it'd be intimidation for your character. Do it with advantage because of going out with the flourish and changing for the first time, and tell me if you're able to beat the DC that Jeremy just laid out before you.
Nope.
Okay. As it was getting ready to whimper and let loose something, that last claw came in and finished the job. Okay, with that, Kill Tusk, you are up, sir. You have these right here within range of you. The good news is that you were able to attack shit at close quarters, but the problem is you don't know which one it is. What is it you would like to do on your turn? Have you? And I'll ask you this, Colby. Sorry, Colby. Have you had a chance to? Do you know exactly what you're doing yet?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, go ahead then. Then I'll break to Sean and see if anything's changed on the boat and stuff like that.
Okay. How far away is Loki from me?
Loki is 30 foot exactly from you.
Okay. I still have lots. So I think I'm going to use my last sprint arrow of the day to get away
Okay.
from this.
Oh, so you're wanting to shoot and get away from these things. Use your arrow, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to shoot another one of these targets and just go to it and make an attack work of it, or you just want to go to a spot, buddy? You have the one on the rock over here, and you have the one that's engaged with Brahmas. He just smashed the shit out of this one. So it's dead. So you could shoot at this one up here and hope you hit the right one. This one over here does not have its multiple images up because it's been severely hurt. Or you could just, whatever you like to do. You could shoot and go back to the boat and go, sail off, leave these bastards. You do what you gotta do, man.
Okay, so this is...
Jeremy, I know that you said it's possible you have to leave at 8:30 tonight. Okay. Having said that, that's perfectly fine. Do me a favor. Do you have to shut the computer down and everything, or can you just turn off the camera and okay? Because I'm going to edit this, and I don't want to have to move all the videos around and stuff. So, just leave it on. Just turn on your image and stuff, and we'll shut her down that way. And before you go, I'll give you a chance to go through and give me an idea what you would do moving forward, and I can use that. Okay? Tell me when you need to do that. Go ahead, Colby.
Okay, yeah, so I think I'm gonna use Blink Arrow, my last Blink Arrow for today, and then and use it on number 3, the one by Brahmas.
Oh, nice. Okay, now if I'm not mistaken, Brahmas, you've got that thing. Is it still prone and it has minus 10 foot of movement? Because Brahmas is a bad, bad person. So go ahead and you're shooting it. It's prone, so you have advantage on shooting this thing because it can't use its block or dodge that well against you. The only thing it is wiry. You know what I mean? It's like trying to stomp on a fish that's on a dock. It doesn't know where you are. It's just hard to stomp on a flopping fish. Say that fast. It's hard to stomp on a flopping fish. There you go.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your attack roll, sir, and let's see what you get.
I'm looking at attack bonuses, correct?
You are the full one, all the way to the right column. You'll have your weapons and all that stuff. You'll go all the way to the right. Total attack bonus plus 1d20.
All right. 27.
That is a breaching hit all fucking day, sir. Go ahead and roll your damage for that.
Okay.
And this thing was pretty bad shape, wasn't it, Jeremy? We said this thing was damn near on death's door, wasn't it? You also have weapon specialization. You can add a 1d4 to your attack damage or your attack roll once per turn. You've already used your d6. We did it last game.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get?
Yeah, I think I'm going to use a D4 for the damage.
Absolutely.
Well.
I mean, you hit it, dude. You got him. He's a pincushion, sir. Let's go ahead and move you. That shot is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
13.
13 points of damage. Go ahead and paint me a picture. I'm going to move you, but you killed this sucker and knocked it the rest of the way down in your one shot, sir. Let me get ready to find you here real quick if I can. Oh, I got Darius open still. That's why I couldn't find you. Here we go. Okay, so let's move you. All of a sudden you go zipping past. Well, you don't. You just appear in the other spot.
Yeah.
These ones down here are like, where'd he go? No attack of opportunity. You just sail. With that close range combat, or that, I forget the name of the feat you have, but they don't get attacks of opportunity against you when you're shooting. You end up being right in front of this sucker, and you're hitting it head on with that arrow, and that arrow ends it. Tell me what it looks like. Paint me a picture.
I want to say like as the arrow pierces through the height of the displacer base,
Mm-hmm.
I materialize from it, and as it looks at where it got shot from, all I can see is me just materializing right by it.
Okay.
As it is dying.
Awesome. Just for the hell of it, roll me a charisma check. Just see how charismatic a job you did at this. I'm curious of something.
Total of 20.
20. You could pull off some pretty cool shit like this. So you know how hunters are always going and collecting their arrows and shit?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say with a 20 on what I'm going to call just a charisma thing, that when you went in and hit this sucker with the arrow, you just pop in right there and you're just grabbing the arrow and you just pull it right back out again and collect your arrow. As you got done killing this thing, man. That's a badass thing. Number 3, slain. You have more stuff you can do on your turn. I'll paint you. I'll scroll the screen out here in just a minute so you can see it, and then we will. Let me go ahead and kill this one off here. Number 3. Enemies number 3. Sorry, just a minute, guys. He fades out. He's done. Okay, so that was one arrow that you shot. This one's up on a rock over here. Let's look at this and see if you have visual. I would give you disadvantage on that shot because I don't want you to hit Rowdy.
Okay.
But if you wanted to, you could shoot at this one here and try to see if you can hit one of those, or whatever else you want to do. Literally, I'm just wanting to let you know the option was there in case you couldn't see the map good enough.
Can I still shoot am I still able to shoot number 4 from there?
Absolutely, from where you're at. Hell yeah, you could. Now you can go back into it and not be part of the wreck. That's why people watch NASCAR. It's the only time they can see a pileup and not be part of the son of a bitch.
Okay, so I want to say since our last game, our last playthrough of this, I had Hail of Thorns ready to use, activated. So when I did do it again, I was gonna.
Is it a bonus action to activate it? While you're thinking about that real quick,
Yes, it
Jeremy,
was. It is. It was.
It's a bonus action.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and use your new bonus action, and you
Okay.
can put that on your next shot.
Okay.
I'll let him do this, Jeremy. Then I'll cut to you so you can do your outs. Okay, bud? I'm with you. I'm sorry. I know work, right? I get it. Go ahead, boss. So you're doing Hail of Thorns.
Yes.
Roll your attack and describe to everybody what that looks like, and add whatever flair you'd like because D&D.
Okay, so
And what's great is Celine's just in there just just chilling out, sleeping, daydreaming of healing people and fixing this whole mess when you guys are done. Sean, you've been very patient, sir, and I can cut to you at any minute if you want to get involved. It's your call, okay? Same with
Okay,
Rachel.
so-
Rachel's like hair is finally starting to dry. She's down the belly of this shit. There's this chaos and stuff, and she's just relaxing. So we'll get to you guys, I promise. Go
the
ahead.
attack roll was a 28.
A 28 will pretty much pierce this thing's nose and come out its butt and turn it into a displacer kebab.
Okay.
I would love for you to tell me how much that hurts. Roll the damage, please.
Okay, so that'll be
A displacer kebab. By the way, I'm claiming that. That's the copyright's me all day.
so I'm gonna be rolling 3d10s now.
You would be because it's Hail of Thorns and this arrow. You
Yeah,
guys
I
know
made
what
it.
this looks like.
And I'm doing this the second level version. So that's another d10 bonus.
Make sure to minus your magic points when you do that, and that's fantastic.
So how many magic points would that be?
Danny's just sitting there thinking, like, how did I miss that son of a bitch? How did it happen? Roll your damage, boss. What'd you get?
A total of 20.
That's a heavy hit, sir. 20 points of damage in an arrow shot, Hail of Thorns. Bam. Does it have to do a dex check to get past the Hail of Thorns that comes off the arrow?
Yeah, dexterity saving throw.
Look at your DM keeping it honest. It's all good. And the dexterity saving throw is based on, I'm going to say, your attack roll. What was the attack roll? 20 what?
28.
Yeah, we're not going to get past that for 7. You got him for everything.
Yeah.
So, do you know what your total damage was? Oh, you already said 20. 20 total damage. Okay. With that, this creature is beyond bloodied. It is rough. Now, I'm going to do something because it's only fair that I do the same thing to you that I did with Darius earlier. Jeremy, I want you to do me a charisma saving throw for the displacer beast that he slayed to see if it lets out a death cry and ends this conflict pretty soon. You're just going to do a basic, that'll be charisma, so 1d20 and 1d4. And Kill Tusk, I would like for you to roll intimidation to see how high you can get on that, and whichever one wins here, tell me. What'd you get, Jeremy?
17.
17. Intimidation, you got to get higher than a 17. What'd you get?
4.
I am giving you guys a chance to end this, but it continues. So, because the tides are completely on a whim here, let's go ahead and do this. Rachel, I'm trying to scare off the displacer beast. You guys are just getting sleep, and they're killing them before they have a chance to yelp, is what's happening officially. That's 2 shots. Is that all that Kill Tusk gets?
Yeah, because I don't think this is a round where I get the 3.
Okay, you have Steadfast Assault that you haven't moved yet and you could use, or you could end your round and we can just continue on. You have movement still because you just used the blink arrow. You haven't moved. So what would you like to do? What else would you like to do? If anything. Sometimes just staring at stuff like Danny's staring at me right now is what you do. You know, it doesn't have to be magic every time.
Loki goes after me, right?
He does.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay right there.
Okay, and you're starting to plan what you don't have Loki doing?
Yeah.
Okay, hold that thought for just a minute. Jeremy, you got to go. I appreciate you hanging in there for as long as you have. Tell me about what Brahmas's mindset is. What phase is he going to go into? Are we thinking a Valkyrie's favor? Are we thinking some healing? Are we thinking, now that you're all beefed up and shit, what's going to be the next thing for him, buddy?
Is there anybody that looks particularly rough?
I think Darius looked like he had some hits on him earlier from some stuff. I think everybody else was okay. I knew Kiltusk took a hit or two, but I think Darius looked the roughest out of all of them.
Yeah, I only lost 1 HP.
Okay. It sounds like you're trying to rub it in. Like, oh, I
And
lost.
how do the two beasts look?
The one that he just shot in the wood line is bloodied. And the one that jumped up on the rocks, number 2, is pretty fresh, doesn't have much damage on it.
Cool, bring it on.
Okay, so I'll put you after 2, okay? I'll have Sean control that for some fun, and I'll kind of guide him through and have him do some rolls, and we'll get involved in that, and we'll do some of that fun stuff, okay? All right, we'll go to break in here just a minute, but if you don't mind, leave that video up. Just turn off and keep yourself joined into the meeting. Is that possible?
Just keep it on where my background's on.
If you want to, or just don't exit the meeting. That way I don't have to move everyone's videos around.
Oh, I got you. I didn't know if you want me to do that or do this.
Well, too late. It just moved everybody around, so you're all
Oh,
good.
is shit.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
I'll get it to where it stays on this.
Okay, all right. Thank you, buddy.
No problem, buddy.
All right, we'll see you later.
All right, see you guys. Have fun.
Yes, sir. All right, Kiltusk, it is your turn to tell me what Loki is doing, and I'm going to have Rachel do all of Loki's roles and all those kind of things, and have her kind of decide on some stuff to get her involved. What is it you're wanting Kiltusk, or what you're wanting Loki to do? You can yell out a command, or you can kind of let it be up to Rachel completely. It is your call.
How far is number 4 away from Loki?
$30
Ooh, that actually works. Maybe. Will Loki be able to tell, like, from which image I hit to know which one's the real one?
I'll have it do a perception check of disadvantage if you tell it that, because it is an Allosaurus. You know what I mean? It knows kill and let's eat. I mean, but this is not going to be fetching a beer out of the fridge for you. This is not a commercial beast, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was gonna see if, like, since it's 30 feet,
Yeah,
that's the minimum I need to do pounce.
we'll do it.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna use pounce for Loki.
Okay, so Loki is going to run up and pounce on this creature, hoping to hit the right one. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you shot back, you didn't shoot back at these, did you? Or did you? Did you shoot back at number 4 when you teleported to this one? And you
Yes,
did, and you hit, correct?
The Hailstorm was through number 4.
When you hit with that, because I added something to its ability to not be hit and you rolled really well, it drops the illusion because you made contact with it. It can throw this up every turn with a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay? So, good news for Rachel and Kiltusk, or for Loki, is that this creature looks like just one creature now. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick for us. And that's the one you're looking at right there. Okay? The one with the arrow poking out. Alright, so, having said all that fun noise, Rachel, I'm going to have you roll some rolls here. Loki is going to run and do a pouncing attack. Tell her what she needs to roll and what bonuses she has, Colby.
You need to roll a claw attack, which is a +9 to hit. And if she does hit, it's a 1d8 +3.
Well, you're going to have her roll it, right?
Yeah.
For the attacks. As soon as I can find where the hell I put Loki, there he is. There you go, buddy. I'm sorry. Okay, so Loki comes screaming across here, runs past you, Darius. All of a sudden, you just hear, just goes running right by you as you're exhausted at the moment, just kind of breathing heavy with Displacer Beast guts hanging off of your claws. As it runs down here and gets right into the character. Go ahead and roll the attack, Rachel.
Okay. You said it was a +9?
Yes.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna do some math. $25? Is a 25 hit?
25 breaches. What kind of damage is she rolling? Colby?
1d8 +3.
And does it do something extra for the... Oh, now that you did a pounce, you get a bite as a bonus action. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay. And this with advantage, is it not?
I don't see anything about the advantage, but if it,
Okay.
but I'm guessing since it got hit with the claw attack, it must exceed a DC of 1d20 +3 strength saving throw, or it will be prone.
Okay, awesome. What was your damage, Rachel?
11.
11 points of damage. Fuck yes. Okay, it's hurting. Now you're going to go ahead and roll for a bite attack as a bonus action. Go ahead and 1d20 +9.
Well, the bite attack is only if it fails the saving throw.
Oh, okay. So it's a strength saving throw to not be knocked down, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so Rachel and I need to do opposing strength rolls. Okay?
Okay.
Rachel, it's going to be you got to add 3 when you roll the d20.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 1, so that doesn't work.
No, it does not. It
That's
was
a
not
critical
able.
fail.
It was not able to knock the creature prone from the pounce attack. What else does Loki have? I think it just has 2 attacks per turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So she can choose to either do a tail lash or a bite or another claw attack, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Rachel, those 3. You can smack it with your tail, you can reach down and bite it, or you can strike it with a claw. What would you like to do?
Let me bite it.
Roll that roll.
That's still a +9 to hit, so.
9 to hit, yep.
Okay.
And no ones.
19.
19 hits, but it does not breach. But if a bite, that's okay. Go ahead and roll your damage for that, please.
That's still a 1d8 +3.
No, it's way more.
Oh, this is a 2d10 +3.
2d10 plus 3. And that damage is straight out of the book, too, by the way.
Brian, we never did my magic points.
We'll get there.
Okay. Because I don't know what my magic points are, because we never filled them.
We'll get it. And just tell me here in a minute when we're done what level you're at now, and we'll get her figured out.
Okay.
What'd you get? 2d10 plus 3?
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me roll it again. $15.
15. This thing is looking absolutely terrible. I need to do a save. Do me a favor. Roll me a 1d20, a 1 through 10 that you just bite and let go. 11 through 20, and Loki keeps a hold of this sucker and plays with it like a chew toy, because we know Loki does that.
Once again.
Once again, yeah. It's like when a pit bull just won't let go of the rope. You're like, let go. Let go of that rope.
I rolled a 19.
So I think, did we not say 11 through 20 it was keeping locked on? Is that what we said?
That's what we said.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are on this thing and locked on and not letting go. All right. So that will end that. The next person to go, that was Killtusk. And that was number 7. Number D3.
Oh, Brian, other question.
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. What's up?
When I minus,
You're dead.
when I do minuses off my armor points, what do I do it off the base or the total?
Say it one more time. Oh, the total.
Okay.
Because the base of it, like we discussed, and I'll say this briefly, and then we'll move on, is the base is how many armor points the armor actually has, but it is that much more tough than actual flesh.
Okay.
So you have to multiply that number by the grade of the armor. That way you get the full amount of shit that the armor can take before it's actually destroyed. It's like going outside and smacking a trash can with a ball bat. You're going to hit that thing about 100 times and you're going to dent the shell of it, but it's going to probably be able to use the trash can still. That's because trash can's that much harder than a person. Good question. All right, so the one that was supposed to go is gone. Danny. Danny, it's you. End this shit so we can role play. As soon as we get this done, we're going to go on break.
Which one we have left?
So, you can't see the one that Loki is using as a chew toy right now. I love that shit. Loki's getting a reputation. You have the one that has jumped up on this stone that is using its displacement currently right now. It cannot see you, and it sees Rowdy. I'm going to say that Rowdy is going to, just for shits and giggles, I'm going to do a charge at the stone because I didn't give Rowdy a turn and see how it does. For shits and giggles, Rachel, roll me a 1d20 and add 9 to it. Tell me what you get.
Okay, hold on.
No problem.
$25.
Yeah. So you run at this rock, and you try to run up the rock, because you're a large creature, and this rock isn't high enough where you couldn't hit it with your tusks as you come running up there. You're all kinds of people. You're a Allosaurus. You're a wild boar. It's crazy. We're gonna have you be the rock next. It's gonna be crazy. we'll get you roll something. Go ahead and roll me 2d8 plus 4.
Hold on 1 second. Let me grab my D8. Did you say 2d8 plus 4 or 1d8?
2d8, man.
Okay.
1 for each tusk. Good things. Tell me good things.
8.
8 total. She's able to get into this thing, and when she hits it, the displacement drops. Let me go ahead and take care of that real quick and add that in. Okay, enemies. Okay, that's number 2, I believe, right? Yes. Number 2. Displacement. There's the one you're looking at, Danny. Old Rowdy's helping you out, buddy. Okay? So with that, let's go ahead and move Rowdy. Danny, what are you doing on your turn? I'm getting ready to move Rowdy over there to the stone. As it knocked it back 5 foot, putting it back further towards the back of the rock, as it rears back in fear, you see the white stained yellow teeth rear back from this thing. These have longer hair than any kind of displacer beast you've ever seen in the books. These are much more feral. They are from this location. What you doing, boss?
I'm going to fly at him, like all the momentum I can get going towards him.
You gonna have arrows charge down that way?
Yep. You're
gonna come right over the ridge back of Rowdy, the dire boar. Okay. And as you are doing that, what do you do once you get to it? I'm gonna say that gives you 5, 10, 15, 20. I like how everything is 30 foot apart in this game. It's gonna be 30 foot of diving.
So right before we get there, he just drops his bow along the way, and right about there he knocks the knife loose. It's got the darkness, so the darkness continues to roll on the ground.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to jump at the same time. So as the darkness fades, he's going to see the griffin come out. When he looks up at the griffin, I'm going to come from behind the griffin and stab him with the.
So are you
Much
wanting the
less
griffin
of
to
that.
attack it, is what you're saying? And then you're going to attack it right after the griffin gets done? Is that what
Yep.
you're
As he
saying?
balls it over, I'm going to come right down on what's prone because because as big as he is, if he hits something, it's going to roll it.
Okay. Roll me an acrobatics check that's going to take at least one attack worth of this. One attack point at least of this. And let me know what you get with that.
32.
That's amazing. If you'd like to throw a couple cartwheels in there and kiss to the crowd, you could while you're doing it. A 32 is valid, sir. As you do, where does the darkness go? Towards the dagger?
Yeah, the dagger, when it rolls, wherever it skips on the ground, because he's just dropping it. So that
Roll your attack for Eros then.
15.
15
We never
is
did
not...
give him bonuses.
What'd you roll in the D20?
15.
Oh, he has bonuses, sir. Roll 1D10.
7, so 15, 7's 22.
22 hits, but it does not breach, which is okay. So you have 30 foot worth of momentum as he's diving down, and you're hitting this creature. So, I'll give you a +1 on the strength check for each 10 foot. Okay? And Eros does have a diving strike that adds. He gets it, but it maxes out at 3d6. Okay? So, roll a beak. Talons or beak? What are you going with?
Talons.
Okay. I believe the talons of that creature were 1d8. 1d8 plus your 3d6 from the dive of the attack. And let me know what your damage is.
22.
22. Damn, sir. Okay, now roll me a strength check for Eros with a +3.
15 plus 3 plus whatever Griffin's strength is.
Yeah. So we're going to say it's going to roll 1d4. You're at 18 now. 1d4
19.
represents the strength. 19. Okay. Displacer Beast rolled a natural 3, Danny. So here's what it looks like. Okay, and mind you, your globe of stuff is here, so it's going to be hard for people to see what's going on. They're just going to see this globe descend and maybe feel the waft of these feathers from inside of it as you come down and hit the creature. As you do, Eros is going to fly past and land over here, and where it's going to come down on the ground and put its feet out and try to do a land. Roll an athletics for Eros, a 1d20 and a 1d6. Let me know how you do.
22.
Okay. Let's do this real quick. A 22. Okay, and with that, you go back this way. Oh, you're not with Eros. Hold on. Sorry. I got to take care of some things here. Are you keeping Eros in the battle, or are you sending him away?
He can stay for now
Okay.
because Bass doesn't know what else is there other than those.
Okay, and you are back here, and you are coming down on said Displacer Beast, and the Displacer Beast was rolled and finds itself down here underneath of where Eros would be. Okay, you're coming down. Roll your attack.
28.
28. Roll with advantage because of darkness.
30.
That's a breaching hit. Go ahead and roll your damage. surprise attack on this one from Darkness.
Yep, so that would be 3 plus. 23 doubled, 46 for the die rolls.
You're rolling 4d6, or you got 46 total? What did you say?
So it's 5d6 because of his sneak attack.
Uh-huh.
Per round. So it was 46 total. Like, that added up to 23, but it's doubled all the die rolls, so it's 46 points of damage. Because
Well, no-
anytime you
Oh, it's a critical.
yeah, anytime you surprise him, it's critical hit.
Oh. Paint me a picture. What's it look like, buddy?
As that darkness fades and you kind of see, like, as it continues to roll, you see the griffin standing there, and then Bass standing over the top of it with a dagger in its back where it was exposed, and the griffin still holding a piece of it down with its claw. And y'all wouldn't have seen anything else because it all happened in the darkness.
That's crazy. I'm going to fade it away.
And he would actually dispel the darkness at the same time.
Okay, that's wicked, sir. All right, let me get that for you here. Just 1 minute, boss. If I can find where the hell I put the darkness at. Just a minute. Darkness.
If I was really fancy, I'd have dispelled it with light instead.
Right, yeah, right on. Real fancy. Okay, so there we are. Okay, with that, the only one that is left now is the one that is being played with over here. Danny, does that pretty much do it for your turn, or did you have something else?
Bonus action, I'm going to Misty Step. Nah, never mind. You wouldn't. Nope. I thought about getting close enough so it could hit me, and then I could use Hellish Rebuke, but I can't see Bass volunteering to get hit.
That is fishing, sir. That's amazing. With that, that's going to end that. Let's see who's next in this. This would be Darius. So, Corey, when you come back, we will let him do this one thing here real quick. It'll be his turn. He is here, and Corey is going to see that Loki has this one down here and is chewing on it like a rag doll. If Corey's going to be going for a minute, I think this would be a good time to take a break. We'll come back and finish that. So let me die this music down real quick. Okay, so what we'll do is, folks, we're going to go ahead and pause this, refill our beverages and empty our bowels, and do all that fun stuff. Then we'll come back and see what Corey has to offer here, and then we'll get back to what's going on the ship with Sade and Silwyn. Be just about 15. Okay, guys, and we're back from break. What we had happen there at the end of that turn, Danny had did some pretty nice stuntman work over there. He doesn't have anyone doing stuntman for him. He takes care of it on his own. His Celestial Griffin flew down, attacked the Displacer Beast, knocked it off of the rock. He dropped off and did a background attack once it was prone and was able to slay the third Displacer Beast. And now the only one we have left is the one that Loki is using as a ragdoll right now. It is bloodied, not looking good. And it is Darius's turn next. So that's what you see, my friend. It seems like the threat has been neutralized and is cleared, although this creature is still scratching back, or tentacles are wrapping around and slapping at the Allosaurus that is Kill Tusks, as it's holding it down and shaking its head, and the two are in a battle where the Displacer Beast is under it on its back, and it has been onto it. You are at the flank of them, and it is your turn. What is it that Darius would like to do?
I envision that so Darius, after mauling this creature,
Yeah.
would slowly start to calm down ever so slightly, and see that kind of like brings his hands up into his vision and sees the blood running down his hands, the sharp talons that have grown, and he remembers the dreams he had of like similar, but the dreams that were of him in that other unearthly, otherworldly realm,
yeah.
in which this would happen, and he would, kind of like what you would see on like movies where the whole like if someone were to change into something else and then they wake up like what the hell happened because they didn't have control over themselves.
Yeah.
It's been a while since he initially was unable to control this beast within, and it's been a long time since it's happened in the middle of battle.
Correct.
So it kind of throws him off. I'd like to move somewhere hidden.
Absolutely, you can do that. So, would you like to go back further towards the tree line, or would you like to go back towards the ship? That's about the only real places you have that you can hide currently from where you're at.
Yeah, I feel like he would kind of purvey the lands, and his goal is to get as far away from the vision of the party with, if possible, not being seen, or hoping he's not going to be seen. So it's as quickly and stealthily as possible.
Okay. So go ahead and roll me a stealth check, please.
And I want to throw this out there because I don't want to use stealth. His stealth is going to be, he's going to pick up this displacer beast and carry it on his back to kind of block his vision, or block people's vision of his transfer.
That's awesome.
Like athletics, maybe.
Go ahead. Yeah, absolutely. I like that.
Okay. All right. That's how we use skills, folks.
This is folks.
That would be a 12.
So.
Oh wait, do I get any bonuses for being in this form?
Well, I think it describes it when you shift. There are some things that you can do better.
I think I get advantage, right?
On strength and athletics and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. So then I'll roll again. If you fucking give me a 1, I'm gonna bust you. Are you shitting me? I rolled the same on both dice.
Well, at least you're consistent, sir.
It's still a 12.
You're still 12. So beat the 10, which is just pulling it off, but this is a heavy creature. I want to see something here. Okay. You're able to do this, but you have serious doubts to how will you perform this. You don't know if this looks desperate, if you're literally trying to hold your hand in front of your face, if you're able to perform the act of it, but you feel very unconfident about the fact that you shielded this from anyone, especially with the savagery of which you attacked this creature and flourished it and tore it apart. That weighing on the back of your mind, you're like, there's no way.
I have an easy description here because I also just remembered I'm exhausted, which means I actually didn't get to roll that. I would have been the opposite. So basically I rolled correctly either way, which is why the dice played that off. So I think what's happening here is like he tries to pick the beast up kind of over him and carry it on his back. And I would envision that he probably falls over as the weight of the beast kind of cripples him underneath. And so he would take, half his movement off. So he would only get 25 instead of 50 as he gets back up. Yeah, as he gets back up. And he would use that 25 to just say, fuck it, like stop carrying the beast and just run, knowing that he's like, kind of failed that. And I would think that he would probably have grunted out this kind of like, ooh, as he fell. So, but that's his.
I'm going to give you partial cover. up here behind and getting into these trees. Okay.
Yeah.
With
And
that,
he's kind of calming down to try to drop that bloodlust.
we're gonna have some fun here to end this because this displacer beast is in a fairly bad shape. There's a chance it could escape. There's a chance it couldn't. So Colby, let's go ahead and say that was Darius, then Darius. Then we had 7 was going to be. It's going to be your turn, Kill Tusk, and you can see that Loki has this creature in his jaws and seems to have no major issue at the moment. What is it that you would like to do on your turn as you have your back up here above him? Brahmas beside you, this statuesque thing, it looks like a god that you would have celebrated, is beefed up, and there are things opening up on him and exuding light. You can hear gears and stone working in him, as it seems like he is in like go mode. What is it that you're doing in this moment, Kiltusk? You can whistle a command at him. You can go over there and do whatever you want. He's got this last displacer beast. You can check to see if there's more coming. Anything you would like to do, sir. What's it going to be, Colby?
I would like to see if there's any more enemies that I can possibly see.
Roll a perception check with advantage because of who you are.
First roll is a natural 20.
There are not.
Okay.
You look at the way he's acting. It seems like Loki is just bound on this one. He's not looking up and smelling. And Rowdy, now that this one has died, is over there and does not seem to be fearful of more coming out of the forest. You don't believe there are any more incoming right now.
Okay. That being said,
What else would you like to do with your turn?
I think I'm gonna see if I can finish off this last beast then.
Okay. I'll let you use a free action to where you can command him to let it go. So you can have a shot, or you can move around and try to get a shot on this thing while he has it. However you'd like to do this. It's up to you.
Would I have the best shot if I move in front of Rowdy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Now, but I'm going to say, if you miss by quite a bit, there's a chance you can hit yours unless you command it to not be there. You know what I mean? It's going to be, that's something, it's like having someone put an apple on top of their head. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's so funny. 30 foot is the magical measurement today. Everything's 30 foot. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So
I might command Loki to let go.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me a persuasion check.
A total of 20.
That'll be good enough, because I normally wouldn't make you do that, but he is enjoying playing with this thing right now, and there was a chance it was going to be like, you know what I mean? Loki is having a ball right now, but with that, Loki gets to point and lets go and kind of cocks his head sideways and frills that shot and and just kind of screams at him and starts backing up, kind of like it would, and backs up a little bit, and now you have your shot, Kill Tusk.
Do I still have the bonus action available so I can do the?
The creature
Overdraw
is
button.
going to use its reaction to take a swipe of opportunity against the Allosaurus. But it was using the sting. It didn't use a disengage action. It's going to get one. Okay. Just a minute real quick. As it's moving back, would have missed, actually. As it come back up, or actually, what is the Allosaurus's armor class primary, just for the hell of it, Colby?
17.
It did just miss. Okay. As it swiped at it, as a cat would, if you turn around, it's kind of hunched down. The tentacles are flailing, the ears are back. The yellow off-white fangs, it kind of comes out at him and misses. What is it you're doing now?
Do I still have my bonus action?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna use it to do an overdraw shot.
A what kind of shot?
Overdraw.
Nice. Do it, man.
Okay, so
As Kiltusk goes to aim in on this creature, you can hear an extra creak or 3 or 4 come out of the bow as you see the muscle strain in his right shoulder as he pulls the bow back stronger and further than typically would be allowed. You'd think he was going to break this thing. What'd you do?
got a natural 1.
Did you?
Yeah.
Roll me a 1d6.
Three.
Okay. As you are doing that, you lose grip on the bow, and this arrow goes flying off that direction. A 1 through 5, it's going to go far to the right and miss. Or a 1 through 10, it's going to go far to the right and miss. A 11 through 20, it's going to go to the left, and there's a chance it could hit your Allosaurus companion. Go ahead and roll 1d20. Tell me what you get. Did you roll a natural 20?
Yes, I did.
Holy shit. Holy shit, that's amazing. Holy shit, how do I want to do this?
Why a natural 20 now?
Roll damage for that, please.
Seven.
Okay. As you do that, you have another attack left still. As you do, that arrow hits true and hits into the side of your Allosaurus as it looks over to you, and its head comes up and it perks sideways and looks at you, and a frown comes up on its face, and this is the same frown that these creatures make sometimes in the wild when you know that they are protecting their own or they are untamed. And this creature looks at you and turns its head a little bit and snaps its jaw just a little bit and is looking at you as if maybe you are the prey now. As it is lost in a fit of rage, what are you doing with your second attack?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Colby!
Why natural 20 now?
Mm-hmm.
I could have used. There could have been the one for the overdraw shot. Really?
Celine, we're going to need you to heal an Allosaurus, okay? She's going to mend bridges. I hope. We'll see. Holy shit now.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What are you doing with your second attack, or what are you doing? Huh?
I guess I'll try to do a dual shot. Hopefully, I'll succeed in that one.
Go ahead. What'd you get?
9.
9 total misses the creature. That's your attacks.
Okay.
And you've used movement to get over there. You've used your bonus action for the overdraw shot. That is it for you for right now, sir.
Okay.
Okay. With that, just for the hell of it, hey Sean. So, where this thing is winding down, this displacer beast is possibly getting ready to take off. The Allosaurus has been called back away from it. Loki's out of its range now. It has free reign to run into the woods and bug out and stuff. Now, Brahmas was in attack mode. He used the overdrive and trained Brahmas into that. And we also know that Brahmas likes to heal and things of that nature too. I'm going to give Brahmas a chance to do something here as this displacer beast turns, knowing it's outnumbered and knowing things. It is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, roughly 30 to 35 foot away. It's magic. Away from Brahmas as it is getting ready to run into the forest. Just a rough idea, and then I can tell you what Jeremy's capable of. What do you think Brahmas would do in this situation? Would he be trying to heal the Allosaurus? Would he be tending to the others? Would he be chasing down this beast? What do you think? He has a version.
I think if Brahmas can tell that the displacer beast is trying to retreat, he would have the sense about him not to waste any more time fighting this thing and aid his companion. So that means healing the Allosaurus, and so be it.
Okay, so roll me a 1d10 for the Allosaurus, and then roll me an 11. First, roll me a perception check for him. Roll me a 1d20 plus 5. What'd you get?
That is 17.
A 17, you would have seen the Allosaurus would have been hit by an arrow just now on a very poor shot from Kill Tusk. You would see that Rowdy, this large dire boar, might need to be like, whoa, buddy, and has taken quite a bit of damage. And you would have also, with a 17, noticed that Darius was acting extraordinarily strange after he savagely went after one of these creatures just no more than 20 foot from you. He seems to have picked up one of these creatures as if he's going to harvest or salvage from it, and has taken himself over underneath of the trees. Now, he was damaged pretty decently. You were below 20. You had at least 25% of your hit points knocked off, didn't you, Corey? I can't hear you. There you go.
Yeah, something like that. It wasn't like
it wasn't
super
bloody, but you had
noticeable.
taken some
Yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are your 3 options, Sean. What would you like Brahmas to do in this situation?
So the Allosaurus is he looking to beat up, or?
There's an arrow sticking out of it that's hurting pretty bad. It seems to be upset and angry, and it has this multicolored kind of mane of feathers that comes out from around the back of its head, and they're kind of puffed out as if it's annoyed.
Does Brahmas have, in terms of healing, what kinds of spells does he have?
I'm going to say he has Cure Wounds. He has the Touch that the Paladin has as well, and he has Lesser Restoration.
Okay. I think as kind of a way to calm down the Allosaurus, because I would assume that he's observed Kill Tusk rein it in. He's going to use the Cure Wounds on the Allosaurus, so I think you close the distance and try and heal him.
Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and say that the Displacer Beast fades back into the wood line and takes this opportunity as Brahmas gives it a nice hard stare for a moment, decides to go away from that path and decide a healing path instead. And with that, let me go ahead and bring up some of the other maps here. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. So just because we can, let's go ahead and go down to Brahmas. There we go. So Brahmas, as you do this, he heads down, puts out his hands. Describe to us how you want to approach the creature and what you would like to say practically. And you can roughly use this. Here, base it on your acting, man. Here you go. You've seen what Jeremy does, right?
I'm going to have Brahmas walk up to him and silently, well, without speaking, like make motions to calm down the Allosaurus, and then incants the cure wounds as he kind of attempts to pull the arrow out and close the wounds on the Allosaurus.
Okay. As he goes to step forward, Killtusk, you're seeing this, and it's interesting. You can feel how you want to about the shot, and you know things like this happen, but very rarely to that extreme nature. You'd almost have to think maybe you've angered the gods or something like that. You need to be creative in this moment. But you see this large construct that is fearsome, that was taking a sword out and cutting through things and just sundering shit, stow its blade and walk silently towards Loki and put its large metal and stone combined hands with illuminating radiant light and go to move forward. I'll give you a moment here to react. Is there anything you'd like to whisper to Loki to maybe calm him down or help stay him before I have Sean roll an animal handling check? Or what would you like to do? Or are you kind of just caught in awe that something that looks like one of your own creations is, or one of your own possible ancient gods is walking towards your beast right now? How would you like to play this?
I guess so, like, to maybe help ease Loki is to, like, slowly, like, put down my bow, because, like, maybe that's what he has done before, because, like, even though you said, like, extremely rare where I have done that, but maybe it has happened before, and so he slowly puts down his bow, so he knows that, so that Loki might possibly know that it was like on accident or something, and like he makes no harm to Loki.
I want you to roll an animal handling check with disadvantage because of what happened earlier, Colby. Tell me what you get, and then I will decide what happens to Brahmas here.
$14.
14. Okay, Brahmas, go ahead and roll me an animal handling check, please. Roll me a 1d20 and a 1d4. Tell me what you get. Oh, shit, is it that good?
Yeah. Yeah, it was nat 20.
That's cool.
So for a total of 21.
With a nat 20, you're able to see this large construct walk forward and begin this heal on hands. And I won't make him play out the way Jeremy would say this all and stuff, but I could see Jeremy going, easy. I'm here to help you. And as he would do something of that nature, you would see a radiant glow come over the creature. And as its eyes seem to soothe, and it seems to give out for that kind of like that lizard-like rattle. It's almost like a purr of a type. as it would nestle its head down a little bit into the black sands, Brahmas would reach over and go to pull the arrow out of the creature. Roll me a 1d20 and a 1d4, Sean. With advantage because of the 20 you rolled just a minute ago.
So 17.
Okay, 17 does it. It doesn't do it amazingly. The creature winces and snaps at Brahmas's arm, but doesn't leave teeth marks. It just kind of snaps, almost like an animal not wanting you to mess with it. It wasn't trying to get you with its teeth, but it was natural feral instinct as you pull the arrow out of the creature. With that, in the distance, Corey, Darius, if you will, are you focusing on yourself and trying to pacify yourself at the moment, or are you looking beyond the tree and seeing what's going on? Let's talk about what you're going through for a minute, and then we're going to talk to Bastille.
Yeah, so Darius definitely is trying to position himself behind the tree, being cognizant of the vicinity of any of the other people, knowing that he's not sure how he's going to explain this type of thing, knowing that it's the monster within has reared its head again, and so he would be basically trying to zen out, trying to relax, trying to do the breathing techniques, and he begins to start humming a tune to himself, knowing that he can't pull out his instruments and begin to play without ripping them to shreds. And
Okay. Do you need to do any of those things to roll d4s to see if you can reduce your number more, or do you have that under control and you know what you're doing?
No, yeah, I know what's going on. So basically, like right now, the goal is, mechanically speaking, to get under 10. Once he gets under 10, he's gonna, immediately pull himself out of the hybrid mode.
Okay.
Or not. Well, what's the lowest I have to be able to cognizantly stop the hybrid mode?
Okay, so here's the thing, and just to explain this mechanic a little bit, because it's okay, because I think you were just a bit unclear on earlier. So let me one more time, okay? Because we don't get a chance to go over this stuff very often. Okay, so once you have reached a bloodlust of 10, you can go into what is called a hybrid mode, where you have control of the beast.
Right.
And once you get over 30, you have went beyond your ability to control the curse within you, and it goes out and lashes out the first person closest to you or animal. In this case, it was an animal. Now, once you get back down to 29, which is below 30, you have control again, and you can utilize hybrid form at will. Once you get back down below 10, you can no longer use hybrid form. So 10 to 29, that's where you can utilize it, and that's your golden spot. Okay? You get higher than that, and you can't control, and things have to work towards eliminating that bloodlust in you. You can't even use it at all until you at least get to 10 and get somewhat perturbed.
Yeah. All right. I mean, and that's fine. So basically, as he gets there, he begins to calm down, and then he turns it off, and basically kind of brushes his hands on his clothing ever so slightly. Actually, did I take this? I think I did take this, because he's a bard. I feel like he would have took this. I did take this. Never mind. I take that back.
It's all good.
He would prestidigitation himself to kind of clear off the excessive blood that would be on his clothing, before stepping out of the tree line, and kind of purveying the area to see where everyone is.
Okay. Awesome. As you do that, just roll 1d20 and plus your spell modifier just to see how well you did on this. I love using that mechanic. You know, spells shouldn't be all or nothing. They should have levels. So
21.
You accomplished exactly what you wanted to with the casting of that spell. So you're able to clean yourself off quite a bit. And through that act of trying to get yourself looking decent again and having a human moment, if you would like to roll 1d4 and relinquish that number from your BL, you're more than welcome to.
Okay.
Which just makes sense to me. You know what I mean? Little things like that we have to keep in our back pocket. So, having said that, as you step out, you see that Brahmas and Merc have been trying to soothe the Allosaurus creature. Kiltusk has laid down his bow and is trying to soothe the tainted beast. It's a bad situation. Bastille! As this is all going on, Eros turns towards you, the wings moving wildly, as Rowdy, this large dire boar, you are starting to notice is a tamed creature. It has remnants of pieces of armor, pieces of dinosaur bone and tusks and things painted on it with a thick kind of tribal paint of blues, reds, and yellows and things of that nature. Now, it seems like it has had most of it come off because it has ran through the woods and it seems sweaty, like when you see a horse that overly works itself for a while. Beyond the rain, this thing has matted up hair a little bit and looks a bit like it's been through hell. But it doesn't run at the sight of people. This thing has been tamed. And it looks over at Eros and kind of backs off and kind of grunts. And just kind of backs up towards the shoreline and kind of goes on its front legs and lands and just kind of hunkers down in a knees down position in the black sands on the bank and just looks out towards the woodline of large water-filled eyes. If you could see emotions on this thing, just for Hilbert, roll a perception check.
By the way, Brian, check your messages.
18.
Yes, sir. An 18, you can see emotion on the creature's face as if it's looking towards the tree line. You also have Eros there, and Eros looks and says to you mentally, and remind me the voice of Eros again. What did we decide on, Danny?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Okay, that's right. Great voice for the creature. It says to you, it's like, the creature seems to be tamed somehow. Are you all right?
I'm fine. He looks to the ship and he says, "Do you remember Valdera?"
You say that concerningly. Of course I do. The one that owns the lance.
Right. The one that crashed with us before. He says, I'm sure. Can you get her? She's on that ship.
I can. Where are we going?
I don't know what else is out here, and she would know best what to do with these. He doesn't even know what the displacer beast is. These tailed cats.
Eros looks over the situation for a minute, turns to you and lets out a large, outgoing kind of squawk, kind of like a battle cry of a sorts, and jumps up. Sand goes blowing out from underneath the creature as it goes up into the winds and catches its flight for just a few minutes, and then heads back over top of the ship and goes to land down on the deck back behind you. Okay? As that happens, Rachel, down in the belly of the ship, you've had little things and you've been dreaming this whole time. you're not used to sleeping on a ship. You're not used to the ocean. You're not used to the way this feels. The best sleep you ever had back home was this semi-state. There were these large stone runic pillars that actually enable a person to float above a surface and sleep as if you're actually sleeping in air. It is something that some of the wealthier avians have privy to, and it is something that the maidens of song were able to do many, many nights. It's almost like imagining flying up into the sky and being able to just free fall until you wake up. Very neat mechanisms. And this cot that you're in down the belly of this ship around these strangers that keep murmuring and aren't nearly as tired as you wouldn't know anything about. And you miss it. And then there's moments, and in between being shook awake and being halfway between a dream and halfway being asleep, you know, a lot of times when you're in that kind of sleep, you remember your dreams rather well. You know? And as you're laying there and you're being thrown back and forth, left and right, you can see the darkness of the water from earlier that night. You can see the brightness of the sun shining down through the large cylinder-like form of clouds that encompasses your city and keeps it safe, where people cannot approach the avian city of dreams. And a thud or two, and you have images of that man, or more or less that creature. When he was coming to attack you and you were screaming out, and when you yell at him again and reliving this moment, the words can't escape your mouth. It's almost like you can just hear a whisper no matter how loud you scream. And as you can see the wyvern wings helmet coming towards you, in that moment, stuff, all of a sudden the hands reach out as if it's grabbing onto your wings on your back. You're pushing back and forth against him. You're yelling out, but there's no voice coming from you, Rachel. And in that moment, all of a sudden you get a flash, and you begin to wake up from this moment, and you realize that something has just rocked the ship quite hard. And as you do, you end up falling out of the cot that you were on, as you were a little bit too close to the edge of it. You fall about 1.5 feet down, and you land on the ground, and it wakes you up. I would like for you to roll a Constitution check for me, please, just to see how you react in this moment.
Okay, hold on. Seven.
Not well.
No.
It's okay. It's okay. So, in this moment, you kind of snap to the... You know what I mean? And you feel your hands going out, and as you do that, you hear a couple chuckles come from a darkened corner that is barely lit with like a lantern that's covered over with a rain-soaked hat. You can smell damp and mildewed clothing being dried. You can smell that kind of smell down here, and you hear a couple... She's dreaming again. Yeah. And you hear this kind of talk murmur off to the side as the boat rocks a little bit. Roll a perception check regularly for me, not with disadvantage, just a regular one.
Okay. Nat 20 plus 1. So
That's
21.
awesome. That's really great in this moment, because this plays to your character very well. And I'll tell you why. You know griffins very well. The Skylancers of the olden days, what Vargas, Darkstar, and some of these other Blackwing guards are from the Avian City, are men that rode armored griffins and used those as the front lines of offensive and went out to meet people. They were what helped escort nobles and emissaries, or not emissaries, what's the word I'm looking for? Ambassadors, into the avian city back in the days before the cyclone of clouds protected them. These griffins were raised from infants. You remember playing with a couple, even when they were chicks, even when they were very little, usually about 1.5, 2 foot big. You remember watching over the eggs in fascination as a kid, as these people and maidens before you would sing songs to them to help train them before they were born. They said they could hear them even before they come out of the womb, kind of like we do nowadays when mothers hum songs to their pregnant bellies, thinking that the baby will be able to hear them before it's born.
He actually knows him too.
I know. That's what's neat about a 20. That rocking of the ship, that shift in weight, and when you look up above and you look around for answers as to what could have rolled you out of the bed, you hear the clacking sound of claws on the upper deck of the ship above you. And with that 20, you have to swear that that sounds like the pattern and footsteps of griffin talons and the way that they would go. And when you hear that squawk in the distance, I'm going to say that's the thing that started to wake you up. You don't know how, but even in this dark place downstairs, there's something from home is here. And you can't wait to see what it is. What is it that you're doing in this moment? That played out really nice, Danny, that sent him over to ship. She rolls a 20. That's cool. Go ahead, Rachel. What would you like to do? We'll go through that for a minute, and then we'll go ahead and close it for tonight. But I'd like to get your reaction, give you a chance here.
Well, since someone would think she knows that sound and understand that it might be a griffin, she's kind of like a little bit excited, maybe like a little kid on Christmas with that sort of excitement. And she sort of like slowly bustles like past people. She sort of like not like pushes them out of the way, but like tries to like move like within people and tries to like run upstairs to see if like her suspicion is correct.
Okay. As you make your way from that darkened belly of this place and you poke your head out, as soon as you do, you hear an odd squawk. You look up a mast and you see a black raven that seems to be somewhat rolling in a necrotic like haze of smoke. It's in and out of existence, but it is way up on top of one of the masts of the ship looking down at you. It is the one that you saw from earlier. It seems to be connected to the changeling character that wore the raven mask. It notices you immediately as you walk out of the belly of that ship. As it looks down on you, you catch a gust of wind that brushes your hair across your neck and stuff where you almost have to unmess it to be able to see. And there in the main deck of the ship, turning with its wing, is an armored griffin. But it's not just anyone. I would like for you once again to roll me a history check, please. With advantage because of who you are and where you're from.
All right. 19.
You know this bird. And as soon as you lock eyes with it, this bird knows you, Silwyn. This is Eros. Okay? Eros doesn't make sense that it would be here because you know the stories say that Eros died. It was lost and died beside its master. Now, Danny, before you get nuts and stampede this, I'm going to give you a chance to tell exactly who Eros and what it is, because Rachel was around there when Eros was being trained and is familiar with this creature.
Yeah, she actually knows that Bast has him because he had him out in the avian city.
You
Matter
did,
of fact,
didn't you? Okay.
Yeah, because she called him by his true name, Steelbeak.
Yeah, so you would know this creature is Steelbeak, yeah.
She couldn't believe that I knew his true name, which was Eros, but because he went by Steelbeak. But Revden was also there. Revden.
I think so. Revden was the Black Wing Guard Lancer that rode this before he retired. Eros, or Steelbeak, helped save his life at the cost of his own, and he is legendary amongst all the other riders. It's almost like the Lassie for TV dogs. You know what I mean? This is the big deal. This is the Rin Tin Tin of all the Griffins, and it is here once again on this ship. You can only imagine that something has happened for a Bastille to have summoned this celestial griffin back into existence yet again. In that moment, we will go ahead and conclude tonight. We will take up where we'll have a brief conversation, maybe pre-game before next Sunday, talk about how everybody would like to be settled in. And as long as we have at least more than 3 or so folks available, we will move into the Crescent Cradle, into the main island here of Tadalia, and begin this journey with a new day and hopefully at least half of a rest. So be thinking about how you guys want to travel, who you want to group up with. Colby, with you, think about some role play that can show how you're able to mend your relationship with your beast and things of that nature. Of course, Corey, you've got the first time you've really shifted like this, especially around people, and you have that dynamic to think about moving forward with the group, and things of that nature. We'll probably start the next episode with Celine. We'll let you wake up first, since you were very patient and very helpful with tonight's episode. And so be thinking about how you would like to move forward in this, okay? With that, does anybody have anything before we wrap it up? Okay, so as always, I'll stop recording, and then we'll have a 5-minute long bullshit session or so, and we'll call it a night. This was a fun one. Thanks for hanging in there. It's amazing how 4 Displacer Beasts can just take up some time, but we got through it and shit, and now we'll start moving forward next time. Once again, Brian Kynes, thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you hopefully next Sunday. Take care.